guys, Carly, a South African motorcyclist. I don't know if you guys saw the last video with the NC 750s. Unfortunately, John is unavailable at the moment to do videos, and we just want to show a little bit of, interactivity from our side. So I put together a quick video. I was lucky enough to get some pannier racks in for the Honda Africa Twin from Rock Fox projects down in Cape Town. Brilliant product. Actually got the lower, upper, and bash plate from Rock Fox itself on this Africa Twin specifically. I am gonna ask you guys just to give it a, just bear with me. I don't do these videos like Jono does normally. It's not normally my forte, and you'll see that, you'll hear I had a little bit of sinus and stuff like that during the video, and obviously I got the dogs running around in the garage and stuff like that by me and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, so enjoy. There is a follow-up video on the Rock Fox here coming up pretty soon, and yeah, that's where this whole thing's leading towards. But I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy me being an idiot in the garage. That's what I do. So yeah, please don't forget to like and subscribe and enjoy.
Alright guys, so as you can see, we've got the Africa Twin here. This is the 2018 CRF 1000 Africa Twin DCT. Like I said to you guys just now, we've got the upper bar, upper crash bars from Rock Fox. Brilliant system. And we've obviously got the lower crash bars as well from Rock Fox. You'll see that these unfortunately have been painted already, repainted. They actually took a tumble on this bike over rocks, believe it or not, and the small little scratch on the side that we just cleaned up, neatened up, just gave it a respray. So yeah, so Rock Fox's products are really good to start with. Hence the reason, obviously we've got the upper crash bars, we've got the lower crash bars. The bash plate is one of their original bash plates as well. Nice thing about the upper crash bars is that it actually comes with bolting for the lights, for additional spotlights, which is pretty cool. The spotlights obviously you buy separately, but that's what it is. So right, let's get on to those pannier racks. Okay, so let's take a look, see what's inside the box that we got from Rock Fox. Obviously ordered in their pannier racks for the Africa Twin. This is the 1000cc DCT model. Let's just get this out first. Just that. Alright, so you obviously get your installation manual from them. It doesn't look very informative, but you'd actually be surprised. Having fitted products from Rock Fox before, it's really informative, and they're like spot on with their stuff. I suppose it helps with the fact that they're bikers as well. I'm just gonna pop that one side. Let's just get through, yeah. Okay, so there's the one panel. The one thing that I really like about Rock Fox's pannier racks is that it comes already with the heat shield on. The majority of your heat shields, you have to bolt the heat shield on. You buy it separately, where Rock Fox has taken that extra initiative and they've put it on. Obviously got the spacing and holes and stuff like that for additional attachments and stuff, which is really cool. So this, at the looks of things, if you're looking from the back of the bike, would be the right hand side. That looks about right. Let's dig in. I always love opening these boxes. It's like Christmas. There's all your So guys, you're going to see what I've done is this nice little piece here, I don't know if you can see that nicely, that piece there clips in onto the bike, onto plastic frames. So what I've done is, you'll see that the package from Rock Fox is obviously just straight powder coated steel. I'm not too keen on that. You know what, the more hardened adventure riders would probably just put it on. But you know what, I take a little bit of pride in what I do. So you'll see all I did was I just took some material tape, wrapped it around the points, so that when it goes in, it's a nice thick layer of material tape. But it just protects the bike as well, so that if I do take it off, there's no scratches on the plastic and stuff. It just gives it that little bit extra protection on the bike itself, guys. Alright, so let's go over to the left hand side. I've obviously installed that one first. I've put the tape on that one first. So let's go and do the install on that step for step. Okay, so obviously the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the foot peg off. I've loosened these a little bit, clearly not enough. I'm going to take this off. That's just your standard issue. What is that? It's 8mm Allen key. That takes that whole operation off. Okay, so we've removed the rear foot peg. We're only going to do one side at a time. That's the right side. Let's do the left side. We're on the left side at the moment. Okay, well, I'm guessing it's just obviously a reverse. So then they say hook the pannier rack into the slots in the rear carrier rack, which is obviously these two guys here. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to hook that in there. Okay, so obviously with the material tape it is a little bit thicker, so it's a nice tighter fit, which is cool. So there is a space there I'm not too phased about. I've got the material tape obviously on the actual hooking points itself, as well as on the top, because I don't know how much strain it takes, if that makes sense what I'm saying. Really, it's actually quite a nice fit. I like these. I like these. So this is going to work pretty well. Ooh, crap. Okay, so there's that. Like I say, guys, these instructions are really easy. Okay, so now they say, using the standard bolts, remount the rear foot pegs, place the thinner spacer at the back and the thicker spacer in the front. There was a bag of bolts here. There's a bag of bolts. Okay, so obviously inside here, we got a whole bunch of spacers and stuff. Presto. Spacers, guys, spacers. 2x spacers, so the thinner spacer goes to the back of the foot peg. I am assuming that these washers stay there. Okay, this is the Adventure Sport, as far as I am aware. They do say for the Adventure Sport to remove the rear bolt from the pillion foot peg and use the 16mm aluminium spacer along with, I don't understand that. Either way, that's how we are going to set that up. So we've got, this is obviously the rear. I'll put the smaller spacer there and the thicker spacer there, which obviously just lines up everything there. And they say that this should now just loosely be fitted onto here for the time being. I'm guessing that's obviously to take into account that the what do you call it, the rear support bar at the back obviously still needs to be fitted as well. Now look, obviously it's loosely fitted for now. What I will end up doing in the end is obviously Loctiting those into place, and then we'll sort that out. Alrighty then, guys, so okay, I figured out these two little bracket thingies that came in the box. So it turns out that, just move that up, there's actually a spacer inside here. There's a spacer inside here that this thing actually clips into. And that obviously clamps down, you know, Honda thinks things through a little bit strangely in comparison to everybody else. So you'll see that the holes don't line up. That's obviously now with the little bit of material tape that I've got on everything to, you know, protect the plastic and stuff. They do say in the instructions that it is a bit of a tight fit. So I figured I would go for an easier option. So the bolts are still in there. And I've got this nice little wood clip that all I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up nicely and just very gently, very slowly move it up into place. Again, guys, very slowly, because obviously if if I hear anything going in the way that it's not supposed to, I can stop. Okay, so I can see my lines aren't lining up, my holes aren't lining up there, so that's cool. Just move it up a little bit. Okay, so I've got the first hole lined up. Let's just get back to the instructions there. So I got the first hole lined up, and as you can see here on this picture here, let's just get in there, but you can see that they say fit the clamp into the lower slot beneath the rear panels. This step might require some force to get the bolts to line up correctly, as this will clamp the pannier rack onto the bike, which makes sense. And you can see as well they put the first one in. Just check though, there are obviously different sides. And let's get the bolts. Guys, remember, South African motorcyclist is a passion-driven operation, so please don't forget to check us out, like, subscribe, check out the website samotorcycle.co.za. Got some pretty epic content from South Africa. We just partnered up with Reaver over in America, which is pretty cool. They got a brilliant app. So yeah, check it out, like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. So what's happening here is that you got these two clips here that are holding onto the top mounting bracket, obviously, and you got a secondary mounting bracket that's underneath here that's obviously holding on. So this whole thing is actually clamping down. It's literally just clamping down onto the bike, which obviously makes it nice and solid. We'll get to that shortly. I'm going to quickly install the other side, the right hand side, and then we'll talk about the rear support bar, obviously, that keeps it from folding in. Cool. So as you guys can see, we've now got left and right nice in place. The bolts and stuff aren't obviously all fully attached and stuff like that yet, but now we come over to the final brace around the back. Nice supplied bolts with washers. Just adjust this a little bit so you guys can see me a little bit better, and that's just gonna bolt on there and bolt on there. So this support bar is a really crucial part when it comes to pannier bags. It obviously just keeps the frames, especially on the back and on the tips, folding in with any form of weight or anything like that. Or if it falls over, it also supports it. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that the pannier racks actually form a part of like a safety feature, especially for the back end of the bike. So yeah, so I'm going to tighten these guys up, and then, well, I'm actually going to tighten up all the bolts now, and then we can take it from there, guys, and we can have a look at it and see what it looks like. And there it is, guys. Rock Fox, the pannier racks for the CRF 1000. Pretty solid. It's really solid. Really like it. It's epic. Like I said, I like the fact that they've already got the heat shields already on. You'll see there's all those holes and stuff like that. The actual main thing, the reason why I went with them as well, is for these guys, is the Adventure touring tanks, fuel tanks. I've got a trip coming up in May. I'm not going to get into too much detail about what's happening in May. I've got a trip coming up, but this bike's going, through quite a long distance, And yeah, there's actually the details. There's Pioneer Plastics, pretty cool. They're available in the Cape, I know, by what's that place called? Flying Brick sells them, as far as what I've been told. But Rock Fox actually built this to take these things, which is pretty cool. I'm actually going to check if I can't maybe mount it on the inside, but that's another video. That's another time. We'll see what we can do. But like I said, those holes there is for the mounting bracket of these guys, because like I say, this bike is going up against bikes that, although fuel economically, this bike is very fuel efficient. I don't know what Honda was thinking with the tiny little tank that they've got on this thing. So yeah, guys, awesome stuff. Go and check out Rock Fox, rockfox.co.za. They've got some really good gear, especially for the adventure bikes. Not just the Africa Twins, the BMWs, air-cooled, liquid-cooled. They've got quite a range, and they're really good products. Nice and strong, nice and sturdy, well thought through. And yeah, awesome guys, have a good one.